Welcome back, coin collectors and enthusiasts. We're diving into the top 5 most valuable Washington quarter dollar coins that you'll want to keep an eye on in 2025. Whether you're an experienced collector or just starting out, knowing which coins are worth the most could really pay off. We'll look at different mint marks, conditions, and current market trends, so stick around till the end to see which Washington quarters might make you a small fortune. Let's go started. First up, we're going to dive deep into the Washington quarter dollar coin from 1977. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting out, this piece of American history is definitely one you'll want to know more about. So, let's get into it. Host, here it is, the 1977 Washington quarter. This coin was minted during the 1970s, a time of both economic change and transition in the U.S. It has the familiar design of George Washington, the first president of the United States, who's always been a prominent figure on the quarter. The coin features Washington's profile on the obverse, and on the reverse, we see the American eagle, which symbolizes strength and freedom. Let's take a closer look at the design and key features of this coin. The 1977 Washington quarter measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter and weighs 5.67 grams, composed of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. It has a reeded edge, and the date 1977 is prominently displayed below Washington's bust on the adverse. The reverse features a majestic eagle in flight with the inscription, United States of America, and E Pluribus Unum, a motto that translates to, out of many, one. Now, if you're looking to find out if your 1977 Washington quarter is particularly rare or valuable, it's important to note that this coin can come in a few different varieties depending on the mint mark. In 1977, the U.S. Mint produced these quarters at 3 different facilities. But here's the thing. Unlike some other years where certain mint marks can drastically change a coin's value, in 1977, the Philadelphia and Denver mint marks are fairly common, meaning they won't be worth too much above face value. They're in exceptional condition. This term refers to a coin that's been used in daily circulation, but has not been heavily worn down or damaged. A fine circulation coin will show signs of wear, but the design will still be visible. The coin will likely have light scratches, dirt, and a soft sheen from years of handling. The details of Washington's hair, face, and the eagle's feathers should still be distinguishable, though they'll be a bit worn. Now, let's talk about the most important part for many of you. How much is your 1977 Washington quarter worth today? Well, in fine circulation condition, the value of this coin is pretty modest. The 1977 quarter typically trades for around $500,000 at most. Well, the production numbers were high, meaning these coins are still pretty common. In fine condition, they're not rare enough to demand a premium. However, if you have a coin that's in higher grades, like about uncirculated or mint state, the value could increase. A higher grade 1977 quarter might fetch anywhere from $600,000. And if you're lucky enough to find a proof coin or one that has unique characteristics, that could drive up the price as well. But for most of us, a typical 1977 quarter in fine circulation condition won't make us a lot of money. Okay, so we've covered the basics, but what else affects the value of these coins? The condition is definitely a big factor. Like I said, coins in higher grades will always be worth more. But another important factor is rarity. The 1977 Washington quarter wasn't a particularly rare year in terms of mintage, but errors can make some coins more valuable. For instance, if you find a 1977 quarter with a misstruck design or a double die, then you might have a coin worth hundreds of dollars or even more. If you're just starting to collect coins, don't let the value of a single coin deter you from continuing your hobby. The 1977 Washington quarter might not be the most valuable coin in your collection, but it's still a great example of U.S. Over time, you'll learn to identify different mint marks and rarities, which will help you spot more valuable coins. And remember, condition is key. Always handle your coins carefully, store them in protective holders, and keep an eye on their condition as time goes on. So, there you have it. The 1977 Washington quarter may not be the highest valued coin in the market today, but it's still a cool piece of American history to add to your collection. Whether you're collecting for fun or investment, always keep learning and stay on the lookout for those rare finds. Next up, we're diving deep into one of the most iconic coins in American numismatic history, the 1971 Washington quarter dollar with the D Mint mark. If you've got one of these coins in your collection or just stumbled across it, stick around to find out its potential value, rarity, and much more. Let's get into it. Here it is, the 1971 Washington quarter dollar. This coin was minted during the final years of the 1965197 coin series featuring President George Washington. The coin is made of 40% silver, and if you've been paying attention, you'll know that silver coins often have a higher market value due to the precious metal content. But what does this specific coin's value look like today in 2025? Let's break it down. On the obverse, we see the iconic image of George Washington, the first president of the United States, designed by John Flanagan. This coin also features the inscription Liberty in the year 1971. As you can see, this coin has a very clear and recognizable design, which makes it one of the most popular. Now flipping the coin over to the reverse, we see the American eagle with a branch in its talons, symbolizing strength and freedom. Surrounding the eagle are the words United States of America and E Pluribus Unum. Also, you'll see corner dollar under the eagle, indicating that this coin is indeed worth a quarter of a dollar. What makes this coin particularly special is the D Mint mark located just to the right of the eagle on the reverse side. This indicates that the coin was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the primary minting facilities in the United States. It's important to remember that the presence of a mint mark can affect the coin's value, especially if there are lower mintage numbers from that specific mint. So, what's the value of this coin in today's market? Well, first, we need to talk about the condition of the coin. This is crucial because the value can vary significantly depending on whether the coin is in circulated or uncirculated condition. If you've got a 1971 Washington quarter with the D Mint mark in circulated, very fine condition, like this one here, it's important to know that it's exactly a rare coin, but it does still hold some decent value. In terms of grading, a very fine coin typically shows some wear on the details, but the design is still clearly visible and legible. There's a bit of smoothness on the high points, but you can still make out most of the finer details on the face and reverse. Coins in this condition are valued differently compared to those in pristine, uncirculated states. So, for a 1971 Washington quarter with the D Mint mark in very fine condition, you're looking at a value of about $600,000 depending on the exact wear and any other factors such as specific buyer interest. Of course, this can fluctuate with the market, but it's important to keep in mind that coins of this vintage aren't extremely rare, and a typical one won't bring in massive amounts of cash. However, if you happen to have a 1971 Washington quarter in uncirculated condition, meaning it hasn't been in circulation and has minimal wear, this coin can be worth significantly more. In uncirculated condition, it could fetch anywhere from $700,000, and if it's graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC with a high score, the value can go up even further. It's also worth noting that there are some specific varieties and errors that could make a 1971 Washington quarter with a D Mint mark even more valuable. For example, if the coin has any kind of die error, such as a double die or other striking irregularities, that could significantly increase its market value. Here's a tip for those of you searching through your change or coin collection. Always look closely for signs of errors. While the 1971 D Washington quarter is rare, certain mistakes during the minting process can lead to valuable coins that might be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So, to sum it up, if you've got a 1971 Washington quarter with a D Mint mark in circulated very fine condition, it's probably worth about $700,000 in today's market. However, an uncirculated example or one with an error could fetch more. Always keep an eye out for those special varieties. And remember, a little research goes a long way when it comes to coin collecting. Next up, we're diving deep into the value of a 1980 Washington quarter dollar coin with the D Mint mark in circulated fine condition. We'll explore its history, rarity, and how much it's worth in today's market. Make sure to stick around till the end to find out just how valuable your coin might be. First things first, let's take a closer look at this iconic coin. The Washington quarter dollar, introduced in 1932, is a staple in American numismatics. Featuring George Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse, this coin has seen several variations over the decades. Today, we're focusing on the 1980 Washington quarter with the D mint mark, which signifies it was minted in Denver. Circulated fine condition refers to a coin that has been used in everyday transactions, meaning it shows signs of wear and tear. However, the details of the coin, such as the face of George Washington and the eagle, should still be fairly visible, but not as sharp as a mint condition coin. The coin might have some scratches or minor discoloration, but overall, it's still in decent shape. So, if you happen to find a 1980 Washington quarter with a D mint mark in circulated fine condition, how much is it worth? Let's talk numbers. According to current market trends, a 1980 Washington quarter with a D mint mark in circulated fine condition typically fetches between $600,000. Now, if you think your coin is worth a fortune, it's important to understand that 1980 quarters were produced in relatively large numbers. So, while they're still collectible, they're incredibly rare. However, the value of a coin can vary depending on several factors. For instance, the exact condition of your coin is crucial. A coin that's in better condition than fine could see a higher price. Plus, there are other factors at play, like market demand and where you're selling the coin. If you want to know the precise value of your 1980 Washington quarter, you can check out trusted online marketplaces like eBay or take it to a professional coin dealer. Be sure to check out coin grading resources as well, as this will help you determine if your coin is in the fine condition or if it's closer to very fine or extremely fine, which can increase its market value. Also, keep an eye out for special editions or errors. Some quarters from this year have unique characteristics that could significantly increase their value. For example, if you come across a 1980 quarter with a minting error like a double die or an off-center strike, you could be sitting on something much more valuable than just a regular circulating coin. Before we wrap up, let's quickly talk about the historical significance of the Washington quarter itself. The design has remained relatively consistent since its introduction in 1932, aside from some minor modifications. The coin witnessed countless moments in U.S. history and remains one of the most beloved pieces of America. In conclusion, a 1980 Washington quarter with a D mint mark in circulated fine condition holds a modest value of around $700,000. But with proper care and attention, you could potentially find a gem that's worth more. And of course, the thrill of collecting coins is in the hunt for those rare finds. Next up, we're diving deep into a coin that many collectors and enthusiasts are curious about, the 1983 Washington quarter dollar with the P mint mark. If you're lucky enough to have one in circulated, extra fine condition, you'll want to stick around because we're going to talk about its market value today, its significance, and what makes this coin stand out in the world of numismatics. Let's get started. First, let's take a look at the coin itself. The 1983 Washington quarter features the well-known portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, which has been a hallmark of the quarter since 1932. But what sets the 1983 Washington quarter apart from other years? Well, for starters, it's the minting year and the specific characteristics of the coin that could determine its value today. The 1983 Washington quarter was struck by the U.S. Mint, and this particular version has the P mint mark, which stands for the Philadelphia Mint. For collectors, the mint mark is one of the first things to check when assessing a coin's rarity and value. But remember, while the P mint mark is common for the 1983 quarters, the condition of the coin is where the real story lies. Now, condition is key. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to perfect, with terms like circulated extra fine and uncirculated helping us assess how much wear and tear a coin has sustained. Today, we're focusing on the extra fine condition, but the details are still crisp and well-defined, especially on the main design elements, such as George Washington's hair and facial features. To determine if your 1983 Washington quarter is in extra fine condition, take a closer look at the areas of the coin that receive the most wear, like the high points of the design. If there's minimal wear, but the coin still shows signs of being in circulation, it could fit into this grade. So, what's this coin worth in today's market? The 1983 Washington quarter in circulated extra fine condition isn't considered rare, but it's still a valuable addition to any collection, especially if you find one that has been well maintained over the years. As of now, the market value for a 1983 mint Washington quarter in extra fine condition can range anywhere from $100,000 depending on the overall appearance and demand. Of course, the value can fluctuate based on factors like overall market trends, the coin's specific quality, and if you're selling it as part of a larger collection. Interestingly, while the 1983 Washington quarter isn't a silver coin as it was struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition, its value can still be higher than face value due to its condition and rarity in certain circumstances. So, what should you do if you think you have a 1983 Washington quarter in extra fine condition? Well, the first thing is to get it properly graded by a trusted professional coin grading service. This can help establish its true market value and can give you a good idea of how much you could expect to get for it if you decide to sell or trade it. Remember, coins in better grades, like Brilliant Uncirculated or MS65, can be worth much more than those in extra fine condition, and the price will also depend on how the coin is sold, whether it's through auctions, dealers, or private sales. So, if you're holding on to a 1983 Washington quarter with the P Mint mark and it's in extra fine condition, take a closer look. While it may be one of the most valuable coins out there, it still has its place in any collector's collection, and you never know. The market could surprise you. Next up, we're going to take an in-depth look at the 1972 Washington quarter-dollar coin with the D Mint mark, specifically focusing on its value in circulated extra fine condition today in 2025. We'll break down what makes this coin special, its rarity, and how much you could expect to sell or buy it for on today's market. So, if you want to know more, stick around. The Washington quarter, first minted in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday, has remained one of the most widely circulated coins in the United States. Throughout the years, it has undergone various changes in design, minting processes, and even in the materials used. The 1972 Washington quarter belongs to the modern era of this series, and it's part of a series of coins that are particularly interesting for collectors. Let's take a closer look at the key features of the 1972 Washington quarter, starting with the front. The obverse of this coin features a portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, designed by John Flanagan. You'll notice the words "Liberty" at the top and "In God We Trust" to the left of Washington's portrait, along with the year 1972 at the bottom. The high cowboy is mentioned as Liberty, and the front has the word Trust. On the reverse, you'll find the iconic eagle perched on a branch symbolizing freedom and strength. The reverse also features the words United States of America, EPURUIUBUSUNU, and quarter dollar, which identifies the denomination. And of course, we have to mention the mint mark. The DI mint mark is located just to the right of the coin's eagle, indicating that this quarter was minted at the Denver Mint. Now, let's talk about the coin's condition, which is critical when determining its value. The term extra fine refers to a coin that shows some wear from circulation, but the details are still well defined. In an extra fine condition, the coin will show slight signs of use, especially on the high points like Washington's hair and the eagle's wings, but the design will still be clear and sharp. When you look at a 1972 Washington quarter in extra fine condition, it will still maintain a lot of its original luster and visual appeal. It's a perfect coin, but it's far from a heavily worn one as well. So, what's the market value of a 1972 Washington quarter with the D Mint mark in circulated extra fine condition? As of 2025, you can expect to find these coins selling anywhere from $800,000 depending on the specific market conditions and the seller. While it might be a super rare coin, the 1972 quarter is still sought after by collectors, especially in better condition. If you were to sell this coin, whether at an auction or to a coin dealer, the price would reflect the demand for quarters from this era, the specific mint mark, and how well the coin has been preserved over time. Coins in higher grades, like uncirculated or proof conditions, can fetch a higher price, but extra fine condition remains a solid and affordable option for many collectors. First, always have your coin properly graded by a reputable grading service like the PCGS or NGC. This helps you establish the true value of your coin. Finally, stay informed on the latest coin market trends. If you're buying, be sure you're getting a fair price based on its condition and the current market. That wraps up our detailed look at the 1972 Washington quarter with the D mint mark in circulated extra fine condition. I hope this video gave you a better understanding of what this coin is worth and what to look for when collecting or selling it. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a beginner, coins like the 1972 quarter are a fun and rewarding part of any collection. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more coin tips and insights. If you have any questions or want to share your own experiences with this coin, leave a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, happy collecting.